us being able to connect is just a blessing, and thank you so much for that and your patience as well.
I'm just glad that we can connect. And if you do get cut, please, it's
Yes, no, no, no. I truly understand. Simpio, Let's start with what this musical journey has meant to you, because I know what your music means to a lot of other people. But what has this musical journey meant to you to this date, and where it's brought to you to now?
well, I'm just happy to be doing something that I love.
Mm,
Not everyone gets to follow their passion.
mm, mm.
So I'm just glad that I can do that. That's enough, but I'm able to do that. It's my 19th year now in the industry,
Mm.
and I think that's quite a feat. You know, to have been blessed with so many years in the industry and continuing.
And you've been working with so many people, and traveling to so many places, and you've seen so much. um what what keeps inspiring you to continue? As you say, you've been in this thing for a long time, but it seems like every project and everything you do is like a breath of fresh air still.
I'm very passionate about what I do.
Mm,
I'm very passionate about what I do. I feel like I make a difference.
mm,
So I then go all out when I have to put in the work. I don't take it lightly.
yeah.
And really, in a nutshell, that is it.
I like that thinking as well, because it just inspires people to listen, because of how seriously you take your craft. There's been so many things that you've done, and so many lives that you've touched of people that who, and there are still people who have yet to meet your music, and your whole body of work. So what do you look forward to then, as you still have so much more to come?
Well, I mean, I love the fact that there are young adults who grew up on my music,
Mm.
who have all of these stories to tell about growing up on my music and what it has done to enrich their lives and to shape, their thinking, etc.,
Mm.
etc. And the fact that then those young adults are introducing my music to, like their own offspring,
Oh
and I
yes.
still have, old people coming to me, showing me so much respect as someone who's much younger than them
Wow.
because they raise their kids on my music.
Wow.
So I do appreciate that a lot. It makes me feel different.
There's a spiritual energy to your music, a sort of like a healing when you listen to Simphiwe Dana. Is that because music is also a healer for you?
Well, how I approach my music is from an honest place. I usually go into studio because I'm searching for healing for myself.
Mm.
Um, and therefore, there's that kind of authenticity in how I'm tackling the issues that I'm dealing with at that time.
Mm.
But there's also like the political element, rather let me say, no, not political, but the human condition element
Yes.
to the work, where I tackle everyday problems that are people identify with that.
Mm.
It's everyday things, everyday tea, like that.
I see. I see. And the journey continues, because you found that energy that brings you back to the studio, and that healing that you find from putting your things together and putting it out there as well. Now, let's talk about how you combine this with the fashion and the artwork and the hair and all of that, and how this links in with Umoya, which we're going to talk about in a second.
Um, I have a very quirky style. noticed because I grew up in a very big church when it comes to dress pants. I mean, I grew up in Assemblies of God,
Mm.
and we're not allowed to wear pants and we had to cover our hair growing up, even though like we were pretty young.
Mm-mm.
And I think that just gave me a unique sense of style. A style that's a tad conservative, but also very futuristic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, it shows that it's part of your expressive stuff style, and I mean, it really looks and works for you so well. Um, let's move it into the discussion about Umoya. After your successful show last year, you've come back with another production now of Umoya. What was the thinking behind that, and how did this come together?
Umoya was again a journey of healing for me after my mother passed
Mm-hmm.
in 2021. I I had I don't know. I think losing your mom, it just hits you differently,
Yeah,
and
I know that feeling.
and you don't realize it until you are in it.
Mm.
So there was a strong need for me to get back in studio and try and deal with these complex emotions that I was feeling.
Mm.
Um, and I think grief does draw you to your spirituality.
Mm.
If you're not a spiritual person before, you suddenly have the need to seek um, a higher power
Mm.
to
Mm.
help you deal with this or to help you understand what you're going through.
Mm.
Um, and as I said before, I grew up in church, and my mom had always had this yearning that I would do a gospel album,
Mm-hmm.
which I didn't honor while she was alive. And I wanted to honor that, like honor her memory in delving deep into my spiritual side
Mm-hmm.
to create music that speaks to both our ancestors and to God.
Wow.
So, and that brought me healing and a kind of acceptance that kwenzekile. And that's what I did for Umoya. And when I started writing this song, compiling this, I did not even have the intention of putting on a lot of work with it. It was just a matter of my own healing.
Mm.
And as caretaker, I then was afforded the opportunity to work, and, and I thought that even that it was my mom, you know, um, wanting that this happened in her honor,
Wow.
and made it happen. And that show was put together in 3 months after I had written the song. And the girls from Berkeley Makoma and Kitilu Zipo went into it as well.
Mm.
So
And
that, that's what
we're just cutting
Dr.
we're just cutting a little bit. I didn't hear the last part of what you said.
About the important work that was put in Makoma, the whole team.
Okay. Okay.
It all that to the project. Everyone put their 120 to make it work
Oh man.
because we have all lost a lot during COVID. Friends, parents, some children,
Mm.
jobs. There's just been a lot that, you know, has made us grieve.
Yes.
And it was a kind of therapy for the whole team. And that's why everyone put in their 120% into it.
That's amazing.
And then when it was done, it felt like something that should happen annually and should travel the world,
Oh
which is
man,
what now we are trying to work on.
that is amazing, Simphiwe. And I'm sure the healing continues the more you continue to put in the work.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So when you talk about this production, Moya, if somebody is there at the theater watching, what do they see? What are they looking at when they look on the stage? What is the environment? What is the setup for the performance?
It's very graceful. And I think that's my mother's influence again, because my mom was a very quiet and graceful and prayerful woman.
Mm.
It's prayer, grace.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Mm-hmm.
That and so from the 3rd of March, which is a Friday, to Sunday the 5th of March, you'll be at the Joburg Theatre. Can you tell us a bit about the details behind this and what people need to know in order to be able to get there and be part of this experience?
Oh, the tickets are online. You can get them from the Joburg Theatre website, and you can get them from webtickets.co.za as well.
Mm-hmm.
What other information? Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so you worked with Gregory Makoma, Titi Luzipo, and obviously a whole slew of other artists. How was putting this project together for you?
It was a very emotional adventure. It was very emotional. Performing it was very emotional, and you know that like you can't sing and cry at the same time. Something we have to give. So trying to be composed and not break down on stage, especially with the kind of reverence that the music has. It was not even rehearsals. It was just very emotional because it's a very emotional undertaking for me.
Oh man, but I'm sure very much worth it when you look at the finished product and what you are about to do with it.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that my mom is proud of how I've honored her, and she does feel honored by contribution to her memory.
Now,
and I'm also hoping that the people that, in fact, they did say the people that came to the first Moya last year, they gave the show raving like reviews, especially when it comes to the emotional aspect of it and what it did for them.
And this is the thing. It goes beyond music. It goes beyond just an experience of a performance. It's a spiritual connection with your own things that relate to Umoya. So people know that this is going to be a special experience, and we wish you nothing but the best for the 3rd to the 5th of March this year at the Joburg Theatre. And thank you so much for opening up to us and just giving us a piece of, the build-up, as well as the understanding of how this all came together from the KNR team. We just wish you the best that way too. Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much, and I do hope to see you there.
We will definitely make our way there. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
This is KNR. Radio according to you.